welcome. This is the Steel Shanks Women's Premiership.
It's going to be a good matchup. I'm really excited to watch some women's footy.
We are a go into the Steel Shanks Women's Premiership. Cracking run and great pressure, we have to say. Oh, bang! Look out, here I come. Oh, great ball, and that will...
Oh my, hi there my, welcome into Cornwall Park, the ARL Women's and League round. 3 games of rugby league action coming at you. This is Anthony Gelling joining you from the commentary booth alongside a very special guest, Lindley Marnie.
Kia ora. Awesome to be here, thank you.
Lindley, tell us a little bit about your background before we get stuck in. 3 games today, of course. There's plenty of time to get to know each other, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I started playing rugby league back in the early 90s for the original Warriors, Mount Wellington Warriors. Played Kiwi Ferns for a few years, had the pleasure of playing for Auckland and coaching Auckland as well as coaching the Kiwi Ferns.
Well, our team's about to take the field here. So in the under-18s grade, it's Pakuranga taking on the Richmond Rosebuds. Richmond, of course, coached by a good friend of yours, Charlene Atai.
Yeah, she's an absolute legend. That's our Kiwi Fern number 48. She's only just really recently hung up her boots, and I really feel that she could still take the field if there's still that one spot left at the Warriors this year.
So field 2 taking the field. As we just wait for our girls on field 1, of course, Richmond taking on Pakuranga. What I believe is round 1 for the under-18s grade.
I understand we actually have an under-16s game on the field 2 today, which just is amazing to see. Quite a few years ago, you didn't get a chance to play women's rugby league until you got to the age of 18, so it's great seeing these girls out there today.
I didn't even know that. When was that put into place?
Yeah, so you could play with the boys until you were, I think, 12, and then you didn't really get a shot in it until you got to premiers, and you had to be at least 17, 18 years of age. We used to have a few young ones in that back in the days, and I actually see one of the baby sisters playing for the later game in the Pakuranga game. But yeah, you had to get permission from your parents.
Oh, right. So I can remember one of my cousins, she played for Ortsara. She was 15 at the time, and you could tell she was 15, looked very out of place. But our teams are on the field now. Let's have a look at that line-up there. Richmond with Lavera at the back. She's definitely going to be one to watch. And Issa Cooley, the number 9, very smart out of dummy half. And one of my favourite players, I've watched her all through the grades, all through the reps, and I watched her in the 9s a couple of weeks ago, the number 13, Mele Himaloto, and the trademark pink headgear. There she is at the end of the lineup there. Anybody on that team steal your attention, Lindley?
I'm definitely with you with the pink headgear. Like I love seeing Himaloto when she comes out, very quick off the mark. But also really rooting for Genesis Atai out there, with her older sister being just recently signed for the Warriors. She's one to watch.
Yes, Genesis Atai, of course, younger sister of Kaya Atai. As we have a look at the Pakuranga side, Maya Tony, the number 9. Taylor Peters, definitely one to watch. Really stood out for the clubs versus school games at the end of the year last year. Anyone else on there worth keeping an eye on?
Oh, absolutely. Like we've got Potoru Rokene. She was also part of that New Zealand secondary schools team selected last year, and they put in a great display of football, and kind of makes you wonder why you put on the boots back in those days. With watching these superstars out there today has made it all worthwhile.
Yeah, well, 2 co-captains there for Pakuranga. Alexis Alo is one of them. She might be first to carry the ball as Pakuranga look to be receiving. So Richmond will kick off, running left to right on your screen. Fields looking not too bad considering the rain that we got last night. Grass is a little long though, Lindley.
Yeah, really got to give a big round of applause for our groundskeep team out here, because these girls could have been playing in a lot of mud puddles like we used to back in the days, but they're looking absolutely mint. And I think we should get some traction with the, slightly long grasses, much better than no grass.
So it looks like Kiara Ryan to kick the ball off. The ball's allowed to bounce.
Oh,
Just outside the 30, almost picked up
of
by Richmond as they knock it on coming through there.
good urgency on the ball, Richmond. Now again, there we're looking at the quick off mark of our number 13.
Yeah, great placement on the kick there. Speaking of great placement, the new 30-40 rule. So just like a 40-20, but a new rule implemented. You can kick the ball from the 40. If it bounces inside the opposition's 30, you get the ball back. So we'll keep an eye on that as Peters off the scrum looks to get things started for Pakuranga.
Nice little one off there, one off the ruck, giving Pakuranga some good yards.
Well, that's Alexis Allo in the 10 jersey. We spoke about her before the game. A standout during the rep season. So Pakuranga set up with Peters down the left side, but they take it back to the open. This is Potoro Rokini. Plays it back to Maya Tony. Peters. Using the ball well, Pakuranga.
Yeah, they're getting their players involved, all involved very early in the game.
They look to be favouring that left edge as they put the kick just in front of the post. It's taken well by Lavia. So Richmond very bunched up in attack, but they look to get a little wider off the ruck now. Peters with the tackle, alongside Akaroa, the other co-captain. On tackle 3, Richmond rolling up on the 40. 3 minutes into this one, Richmond with their first set of possession. Looks to be a good one. As they're out of their half now on tackle 4. Down the left side they go. Asking some questions of the defence out there for Pakuranga. So Cooley from dummy half. It's an awkward kick there, taken by Peters. He's got a winger outside her, but she decides to keep hold of it. Not a bad first set from Richmond, though.
Yeah. Really good first set completion there from Richmond and some good yards made downfield.
So some of the outside backs getting a touch now. Iaka Paul plays it on the 40-metre line for Pakuranga. Maya Tony out of dummy half. Keep your eyes on her if they can
nice
get
little
some.
fender.
Yeah, if they can get some quick play the balls there, she'll be jumping out.
Decides to take it back into the ruck. That's an interesting play. It looked like they had a little bit of an opening out here on the left edge.
Yeah, strong defence there from Richmond. Peters shows one underneath. Long ball out to the wing who finds herself in some space. There's Dana McNally, the number 16.
Well, you can't help but think if she would have backed herself and done a little bit of a goosey down the side.
So Peters puts the second kick of the game exactly where she put the first. Now here come Richmond on tackle 1. They'll play it just shy of 20 metres. Oh, she almost gave herself up there looking at the referee.
Yeah. Little bit of a fumble, eh? I think she did actually give herself up, unfortunately.
So a little bit about the fullback here for Richmond. Malena Lavia, just returned from Australia after representing the Penrith Panthers in the Tasha Gale Cup. Malena's a proud Richmond junior who's been excelling across both codes, rugby and league, and recently returned from Japan, where she's played sevens for Howard College. Incredible talent coming through our systems for sure. incredible talent at Howard College too. What a sporting school that's turned into the last few years. There's Pakuranga now on the attack. Tony's at dummy half. They've got great shape out here with Potorokini sitting up on the left. That's the way they go. Alo pushes through. Peters. Short ball to Akaroa. Looking to get that arm free. The defense is there. Wraps it up top. Maya Tony. She's pointing out to the right. A little bit of deception there as she goes the other way. Peters. Here's a red-hot chance for Pakuranga to get on the board. You betcha. Kimiora Lee Iakapo scores the first try for Pakuranga.
Oh, you could just see, you know, like Pakuranga were really working hard on their shape and when it come down to the third. So great opportunity taken there by Tyler Peters to get it out there and that nice try in the corner there.
Great ball playing there from Peters. Squared right up, took defenders across. You speak about taking opportunities. There was an opportunity that came about from Richmond turning the ball over on the first tackle.
Yeah, so. You look at, you know, just what we kind of call coach killers in a way, you know, like just slow, missed opportunity for Richmond to get that roll on and gave Pakuranga the sniff in, and they absolutely took advantage of it.
So Peters lines it up, nails it straight down the black dot. I always find it's bad luck if I talk while the kicker's kicking.
Yeah, I was holding my breath.
I almost interrupted there, but I let her do her thing.
Yeah, I was about to do that. Oh, look at you. There's like, oh, no, shh. Brilliant kick. Yeah.
Yeah, great kick there from Peters. Her second year with this Pakuranga team. They had a very tough go at it last year, of course, up against Mangere East, one of the other dominant grades, especially in the girls' game here in Auckland. Very dominant. A lot of those under-18s players moving up into the older grades, so we might get to see a little bit of them in the Steel Shanks, hopefully, this year.
Yeah, you know, it's just awesome to see Pakuranga, you know, on the field and that. Like, they were one of the original teams when I first started playing back in the early 90s, and, you know, they've been such an advocate for the women's game, and they've got some amazing players out there in East Auckland, so looking forward to seeing more action from them today.
So Ryan gets us back underway, putting that kick. She had a bit of joy with it last time. This time it's cleaned up by Pakuranga.
Great run.
Fantastic run to get the set started. We've got no one down on the sideline for us, so we're going to have to try and catch these substitutions walking on and off as it happens. But for now, this is Alexis Alo playing it on the 40. Peters. Plenty of joy down here on the left edge.
Yeah, the Pakuranga forwards, you know, the two props are really getting a good roll on for the rest of their team to form a good shape and get the ball down the field.
Yeah, well, if you love running the ball, you'll love playing back row on this left side for Pakuranga. On tackle 5, Tony finds Peters.
It's up.
Allowed to bounce this time. Oh, almost contested there, but Richmond first to it. Oh, it's another error.
Ooh. It's unfortunate. You know, like the intention's there, right? You know, they know that it's a live ball and they really need to dive on it. It's just that last part of execution where they're fumbling it and handing it over.
Well, the last scrum was in front of the post. This one's a little to the left, so there's plenty of space out here on the right edge to see what some of this strike can do for Pakuranga. And on tackle 1, there's Kayleen Tofaiono. Tony, right side. Pakuranga looking for their second try.
I think there might have been a bit of miscommunication there. They both took the same line. Either that or a bit of greediness.
Metres away here. Richmond trying to get underneath the ball. Himaloto's there appealing for the held up possibly.
Oh, yes.
Held up is the call.
Yep.
Just short perhaps, so they'll play it right there on the try line. Peters. Here they come. Out to the left. The try scorer, Iakopo, this time finds a winger. Richmond scrambling across. Great defence there. They got from the middle of the park and covered it right out on the right edge. So Iakopo now, I believe, has tackled 3 or 4. Peters working back towards the post. Akaroa offloads Peters. She'll go down with the ball now. Referee David Miller, hand in the air, tackle 5. This time it's Tonga. Kicks it up and the wind's got that one. What do you make of the Richmond defensive effort?
Oh, look, even though they're turning over a bit of ball, they've got some great tackle technique in there. I feel that, their coach Shah, and then also we've got their co-coach Tisha Leko, who's also a Kiwi Fern. I'd say that they've been teaching them some really good tackle techniques, and they've got pretty good shape too on their defence line. Now we've just got to stop, handing over the ball so quickly.
Yeah, well, it's a sign of a good team. Oh, no, miscommunication there.
Let's see. Well, she's making the most of it.
Looked as though Fakalahi was set back in the pocket for a kick, perhaps. So they make it into Pakaranga's half. Cooley on tackle 5. Not sure if they know it's tackle 5. There's calls of kick it, but they're going to run it. Oh, it's not tackle 5. Tackle 3, perhaps. Oh, Alo just by the bootlaces. Now it's tackle 5. Cooley with millimetres down the left edge. They try to force something down there. Oh, wow, fantastic.
Look at that.
Caught them all, napping tackle 5. They're setting up for a kick back to open play. But an opportunist try. They saw something that we couldn't.
Yeah, they just seem to have that urgency of trying to, even though the players are coming in to tackle them, they're really pushing for those extra yards, and that paid off with, catching quite a few of the Pakuranga team offside. Yeah, you can't plant yourself like that close to the line if someone's coming in. You've really got to attack the attacker.
Stella Leaf. Fantastic individual effort. Ball in 2 hands. I think that's what got them sitting on the try line, wasn't it? And then the switch the ball to the left, got the fend out.
Sometimes we forget, like if you left out on the edge and that the sideline is actually an extra defender for you. So, your opportunity there, if you are a bit too flat-footed, is to try and drive them sideways so that they go over the sideline. Yeah, instead of them getting across your white line there. Ooh, check that out. Jeez, these girls are talented. They're so close.
Well, the aim was on the money, the distance falling a little short. 6 points to 4. We've certainly got a game on our hands. 16 minutes left in the second half. Pakuranga walking back as they reconfigurate. Try to get back to how they started this. You'd say they were quite dominant for the opening of this first half.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe the wind's gone out of their sails just a little bit, and from a couple of small errors, but plenty of time to get that drive back forward again.
So Peters puts it very close to the sideline, taken well. Richmond work it back.
Oh, she's a good returner of the ball, isn't she? Henman Gates. Oh, no, sorry, wrong team. Oh, SJ. Is it? Lang Siu.
Lang Siu, the number 17 for Richmond.
Yes. I've been loving her returns of the ball.
Emma Loto, this is the one we were talking about before the game. Usually she can play in the half, she can play hooker, she plays a lot of positions. She's at the loose forward role here today, Richmond. We've seen them defending their errors at one side, but this is what they can do at the other end of the park. Emma Loto. Oh, ball's gone backwards. Referee says play on. There's a pass here, getting over the top of Peters. Here they go down the right side, around her centre. One-on-one with the fullback. Fantastic tackle there from Tonga.
Good
She tries to slow the ball down as much as she can. Cooley gets low.
Referee's right
Referee's there to have a look.
there. Oh, well done.
Pakuranga scrambling. What a fantastic run there from Genesis Atai.
They've got themselves the turnover.
So here's Alo. Numbers in the tackle there. 4 of them to drive her back.
They've got a really good stack going, haven't they, Richmond?
Great offload. Here's a bit of open space now.
Oh.
And here's some speed.
Woo!
Matisini still going. She's got no support. Is she
looks
going to go all the way?
Oh! Good tackle.
What an effort there from Lavia to get back. But they're still getting back as Pakuranga pushing forward. Up to the 20 now. They're still quite early in the tackle count. Great work from Pakuranga to get out of their 20. Potoro Rokini on the 20. Tony to Peters. Out the back, sliding across. Little jink from the fullback. Almost getting around her defender. But it's 5th tackle now. It's end-to-end action. Tony. Short side. Peters. Looks like she was going to pass, but rolls it in goal. Richmond, they almost lose it over the dead ball line, but they will be held in goal. What a game, Lindley.
Yeah, what a great drive back there too from Pakuranga. Their urgency has definitely picked it up a notch.
And I thought Pakuranga really held the dominance in the opening 10 minutes, but the edges, both sides, saw what Atai done for Richmond just moments ago.
And then just in that play
Matisini.
there with Pakuranga, there was an opportunity there for an offload. She was looking for an offload. Just the rest of her team were seeing it through to see through the end of the set.
So here we go.
Oh, charging.
We're talking about the offloads that led to the break. There's another one there from Tofai Ono. So it's a penalty there with players inside the 10 metre. They'll take it back for a bit of breathing room. Tofai Ono will carry this one forward. Keep your eyes on the offload. She's got the height, she's got the strength. This time she's brought down 5 metres out now. Tony goes to Masina. Wairiki.
Solid defence.
So some fresh legs on the park now. Sararaka, the number 15. Oh, looking to smash her way over the top. But the defence is equal to the task. A metre out from the try line now. Potoro Rokini. Peters back on the inside. Tonga got round the back rower. There's plenty more defenders there to greet her. So Tony, she's looking right. Short ball. Alo, going to be tough to stop from there.
Oh, well done.
You
Nice.
betcha. Ball is grounded. Referee points to the mark. Pakuranga extend their lead.
That was a nice little sneaky off the ruck pass there from Tony. You know that with her prop running through with urgency there, just sort of was almost like an unders from a prop. You know, yeah, fantastic.
Well, she has Fantastic deception, the number 9, and it's not something you usually see in this age group. Usually the number 9s, they get good at distributing the ball. They're focused on their left and right pass. But she's always pointing one way, going the other, looking one way, you know, running herself, which is something we haven't really seen in this game. But I promise you, when she runs the ball, she's a real threat around the ruck. At that time, great work putting Alexis Arlo, the co-captain, the number 10, leading the charge. Pakuranga, they lead by 6. I'm going to stop talking as she converses. Taylor Peters, never in doubt, of course. 12 points to 4 they lead. 10 minutes left here in the first half. So a beautiful sunny day here at Cornwall Park. Bit of a contrast to what it looked like 24 hours ago.
Absolutely. Like, I really thought I was going to turn up today to see a whole lot of puddles. But, you know, it's great that the sun's come out and dried the pitch a bit for these girls to be able to show off not just their talent, but also, you know, there's a bit of speed, a bit of goosies happening out there as well. So, you know, it gives you the confidence when it's not so slippery underfoot to actually bring out some of your natural talent. We're getting to see some of that today.
Well, plenty of talent on display. As we mentioned earlier, another 2 games coming at you after this one. There's Ryan. Fine space. She's so good at finding the open space here on those kickoffs. Tofai. Then they've caught on to the offload now. She's dragged down 35 metres out. So Richmond getting themselves back in this game with their defence there. Great numbers in the tackle.
Yeah, you know, like we keep looking at and Tony for Pakuranga and that with her, you know, attacking skills and that, but we really should give a shout out to the number 9 for Richmond, Cooley. Like, her second up tackles have caused a lot of headaches for that Pakuranga team just when they think they're getting a bit of roll on. She's come in over the top and, you know, completed the tackle. Very solid.
Well, let's see what they got off the scrum here. They've got 4 players set up on the right edge. I think that's the way they're going to go. Himoloto off the back. Ryan creating a bit of space here for their fullback. Oh, great offload. Not the first one we've seen down this right edge. But Lavia, he didn't quite slice through, but
it's a nice little tip on though. Just when you think, you know, you're looking at it thinking that tackle was going to be completed.
It was great support play from Amosa too, keeping herself available and catching a pass that wasn't exactly to the bread basket.
You get used to that as a winger.
So a golden opportunity here for Richmond to level the scores with 7 minutes left in the first half. Ryan with the tap. Oh! Big run and even bigger contact. Look at the urgency in Pakuranga. Sprinting back to the D-line. Really rushing up. So Cooley now from dummy half. Out the back they go. They've had some joy down the left. Could they have some more? Oh, you betcha. Lavia, the fullback for Richmond, slices through off some fantastic shape. 8 points to 10.
It was like a little hole just opened up for her and said, here you go. No, she opened up that hole herself, didn't she? Change of angle.
I have to say, wasn't too much wrong with the Pakuranga defence there. You criticise them for not getting up last time. This time it looked like they got up nice and high, but just great shape from Richmond.
Yeah, just great opportunity taken there and a bit of individual talent there as well. Change of direction.
So Ryan, oh, she almost nailed the first one. She almost nailed the second one. That one pushed out to the right. So conversion seemed to be the difference here. So time ticking down in the first half as the teams reset. Taylor Peters to get us back underway. It is Taylor Peters' boot. Also the difference in this, 2 conversions. Takes our score to 8 points to 12. Oh!
Will he call go back? Oh, yeah, he's given it. Going back. Just needed to turn herself a little bit more of an angle if she wasn't too confident. And that, like, I always felt 50-50 under the ball. Just turn on the side so that it can roll back behind you.
Well, talk about rolling back. Alexis Alo there. Some driving defence.
Love how she just holds that ball up, eh? That's our Mele Hemaloto.
Looking to go round defenders. Hemaloto didn't make the break, but bit off some big meters there. As Richmond up on the 40. Tackle 5 now. Be interesting to see where they go. Hemaloto looking for a kicker. Kick straight to the winger. Pakuranga, they'll want to hold this ball as it's just 3.5 minutes left in the first half. They're wanting to get the ball as far from their try line as possible. And tackle 2. Yaka Port, she's got 1 try already. Got a few carries to her name as well. Great to see the outside backs trying to take some pressure off these. Sure, they'll be tired forwards heading into the halftime break. Tony. Potoro Rokini spinning. 5th tackle. Peters looking to put a exclamation mark on what's been a great set for Pakuranga. Oh, wow.
She's getting some really good distance on her kicks, eh? I wouldn't put it past her if she actually has a crack at one of these 40-30s. I think she could possibly crack out a 40-20.
I think she could. It might be hard to get that bounce in the long grass. It seems to be a motif from this this Richmond back 3. The ball's put down on the last tackle. Gifting Pakuranga with some opportunities at their line of be risen to the challenge a few times defensively. With 2 minutes left in the first half, we'll see if they can do it again. Peters to feed the scrum. In a very wide-looking back line as they work it out to the right. Passes a little bit behind for Tonga. Short side now, Tony squaring up on the markers, creating a nice little 3-on-2. Can they capitalise? Richmond scrambling to get across. Tony back in possession, but the referee's blown his whistle. Possible forward pass, maybe. Obstruction.
Unfortunate for Pakuranga. Fortunate for Richmond.
Blessing for Richmond. Saved by the referee's whistle.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, they'd just given away about 40 metres on that last kick.
I'll tell you what, Pakuranga, if they work it to those edges close to the try line, every time they come back to the middle, they've got Alexis Alo, they've got Akaroa, you've got Potoro Rokini there. So much size they can use to punch it over. So Richmond inside the final minute now.
Nice drive back from Pakuranga.
Now, of course, our time on the clock could be a little different to what the match manager has down there on the sideline. So we'll See how we go here. Tony at dummy half. Marker, I should say. Cooley at dummy half. Passes out here to Ryan. She had options. Short and long, and there's a high shot. One of very few penalties we've seen in this game.
Yeah, you know, the girls are playing a really good, clean game. Referee's got nice control of the game. Girls have got a really good understanding of the rules.
So there it is. Referee David Miller blows a whistle for half-time. Pakuranga lead 12 points to 8 over Richmond. And we'll be back in just a few moments with the second half.
Kia ora, Shah. It's great to see you here this morning. You know, like Shah's our Kiwi Fern number 48. It's fantastic seeing that your youngest girl Genesis is playing, and then also your oldest daughter Kayla's signed for the Warriors. What's the advice that you'd like to give out to our up and coming girls for that pathway to be a good one for them?
I guess just being consistent and just it's all the little things, turning up, being a good person with your team members, and just being focused, setting goals.
The Richmond